What's up, people? My name is Lucky the Alchemist. Welcome to my channel, Woo Woo World. This channel is all about spiritual knowledge, aka knowledge of self, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And in today's episode, I'm going to be decoding the Bible verse, John chapter 10, verse 30, because here we believe that the Bible is a magic book which awakens the human mind to its divine power. So, the person who said this was Jesus Christ, and Jesus said in John chapter 10, verse 30, he said, "The Father and I are one." What was he talking about? He was talking about consciousness. What is consciousness? Let me show you. So, let's say you are taking a nap, and then as you are sleeping, a fly crawls on you. You wake up irritated, and then you swat it away because you are conscious. The fly senses danger as your hand is swatting it, and then it flies away because the fly is conscious. The same fly goes like zoop, gets stuck in a spider's web, and then as it struggles, it's sending vibrations along the spider's web, and then the spider in the corner is like, oh, food, and then it goes to the spider, and then it eats it up because the fly is also conscious. So everything that just happened here was because of awareness. So you, the fly, and the spider have different levels of intelligence, and they all have the same basic principle. Every single thing here has consciousness. So, what is consciousness? Consciousness is the ability to be aware of existence. So, the Father and I are one. The Father, Jesus was talking about God, and the I was talking about himself, aka a human being. So, what is the correlation between God and consciousness? This is it. Consciousness is God. Consciousness is what God is. So God, in simple terms, God is being as consciousness. Being is the simple fact that something exists at all. Being as consciousness is existence that is aware of itself. So God is not a person with consciousness. God is existence itself, aware of itself. So everything is one. When people talk about oneness, they mean that everything is the same, because for something to exist, it has existence, and existence is what? Consciousness. And remember, we said the source of consciousness is God. God is consciousness itself. Across different cultures, this source has been called many, many names. So for you, my friend, you are consciousness expressing itself as spirit in human form. So when you realize the source of all existence is alive as me, and it is the same consciousness that gives life to everything, this is when you attain Christ consciousness. Because the realization is simple. Your primary identity is consciousness, and your secondary identity is human. This is why Jesus was called the Son of God. Not because his DNA was special, not because he was like, hey, and I'm better than you guys. I came from heaven down straight. My mother was a virgin, yours was not. No, he wasn't called the Son of God because of that. He was called the Son of God because he was fully aware of his truth, that he was a spiritual being having experience, that he knew he was consciousness itself, expressing itself as man. Now, let's decode John chapter 10, verse 30. And it goes like this. The Father and I are one. The Father means source, the infinite field of pure awareness, consciousness itself. And you, and when he says I, he's talking about you. You are an individualized, localized point of consciousness expressing itself right now, here and now. You are the point where consciousness is being experienced, and this is your sense of me. So what Jesus is saying is, the consciousness that makes me alive is not separate from the source of all life. So when I say you are God, I'm not saying you are God in its entirety or God in its totality. No. But at the same time, you are not separate from God. It's like this. You are a brick that's a part of a colossal building. You are a leaf that's a part of a tree, and you are a wave that's a part of the ocean. That is what you are. Think of the ocean. So you know a wave. A wave is like this. A wave isn't the entire ocean, but it is made of ocean water. And if the wave was separate from the ocean, it would not exist. Same thing as you. If you are truly separate from the source, you would not exist. So, the Father and I are one also means that I exist because God exists as me. You exist as consciousness, and consciousness is what God is. Your existence is an expression of God, not separate from God, but not the entirety of God either. And because you are consciousness, and that same consciousness is the source of all life, it means you are connected to everything that exists. Nothing in life is truly separate from you. It's all made from the same consciousness as you are. So yeah, my people, that's it for today's episode. John chapter 10 verse 30, the Father and I are one. The fact that you are alive is because that you are special. If you guys want an in-depth version of this, I made a podcast episode, and my podcast is called Buckle Up Dorothy. So check that out. I'll include the links in the description below so that you guys can check it out. Podcast is more in bulk, and then the YouTube is more shorter and it's more visual. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Lucky the Alchemist. It's been a pleasure being of service to you because we are the ancestors that have ushered in the New Age consciousness. We are the generation that has changed the world. And remember, the revolution is the evolution of your consciousness. Sharp, sharp.